everyone, this is Jen Speaks about parenting, and I'm Jen. If you're new to the channel, let me start by saying welcome. This is a place where we know that being a parent does not have to be difficult, but it does take a little effort. So here we talk about things that help with that goal in mind. And if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, well, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're not quite ready to commit just yet, then likes are appreciated as well. So with that being said, let's get on with it. Today we are continuing in our series about parenting through the 5 love languages. As promised, this is video number 2 about words of affirmation. So, what are words of affirmation? Words of affirmation are any spoken or written words that confirm, support, uplift, and empathize with another person in a positive manner. So basically anything that you can say positively to or with or about another person is considered words of affirmation. They're words that affirm in a positive way. So what does this look like or sound like? So examples would be, the first one would be compliments. Nothing cheers up a person quicker than a genuine compliment. When I was younger, I decided that I liked compliments, and so other people had to like them too, and so I made a point to tell anybody and everybody I met that if there was something I liked about them, what that something was. And I can't tell you how many times I got immediately smiles. It was like the entire expression on their face just changed immediately because there is nothing like a genuine compliment. So the second example would be acknowledgments. So it's like that saying, give credit where credit is due, and it's true. If you give somebody credit for something they've done, it's validation for that, and that also falls under the words of affirmation. So the next one would be tell them how you feel. Nobody knows how you feel unless you tell them. They don't know unless you tell them. So that's something that I kind of live by. If you got something that you're upset that somebody doesn't know about you, then think, have you told them that thing? Because they can't know unless you tell them. So the next one would be love journals. And this is something I actually implemented with my kids when I was pregnant with my first, and I started one with my second as well. A love journal is basically a journal that is completely filled with love notes to your child. So every time that my child would do something that was cute, or I would think about their future or anything in a positive manner, I would write a letter about that thing to my child. So they would be things like, today you said your first word, or it would be like, when I think about your future, this is how excited I get for you. Or things like, when you're pregnant, oh, I felt you kick for the first time. So these are all things that would go in a love journal. And I know that that doesn't give you immediate results like maybe a compliment or telling somebody how you feel would get, but my goal is to hand them a full journal when they become an adult. And so they get to look back on that and know how much I cared for them and loved them as they were growing. And it's, I don't know, it's just something that's kind of neat that I wanted to include in my parenting. So comment below and share what some of your favorite words of affirmation are. And if words of affirmation happens to be one of your stronger languages, tell us what you think of these examples, or if I missed any, and leave them below. So maybe help out some of the ones that aren't as strong in words of affirmation as others could be. So the next section is on the benefits of words of affirmation. And now we went over a little bit of this in my Parenting Through the 5 Love Languages video, the first one of this series. And if you missed it, it's basically an intro to Parenting Through the 5 Love Languages series. You can find it in the description below or in the Parenting Through the 5 Love Languages playlist as well. So, when it comes to the development and the well being of our little ones, there are many benefits to words of affirmation being spoken on a regular basis. And I have included a few here for us to go over. So, yeah. The first one is the boosting of their self esteem. So, the more you hear something, the more you believe it. And I'm not for sure, but I think it was the third time you hear something, it's actually solidified in your brain as truth. And it takes a complete rewiring to go back on that belief. So, imagine if you tell your children how much they're worth to you that many times throughout their life, it is going to take somebody who wants to destroy them a significant amount of rewiring of your child's brain for them to even begin to believe those lies. And so that is a wonderful basis of truth that you can put in your child to start building their self-confidence at such a young age. The next one would be cognitive functioning in the frontal lobe. So that is the part of the brain that includes critical thinking and problem solving, things like that. And words of affirmation actually increases the cognitive functioning in your frontal lobe, allowing for them to have an easier time in education and especially in language skills. So the next one would be it reinforces positive behavior. And think about it, if you're constantly telling them what they are doing that is good and what you like about it, they're probably going to react those things, those behaviors that you view as positive. The ones that you compliment them on are going to be the ones that they tend to repeat. So that's good to keep in mind. And the next one would be it decreases their stress levels, because if you think about it, it puts their mind thinking about the good things, because when you are telling them good things about themselves, that's what their mind is thinking about. So of course it would decrease their stress levels, and it would actually improve their mood and their happiness levels in the same way. And the next one or last one would be that it improves gratitude in the child. And this is because of a mirroring effect. So when you are telling them the things that you are thankful for in them, that you are happy about these things about them, you're actually showing them gratitude. And so by mirroring that effect, they will grow knowing how to be thankful for the things they see in other people and in their life. So that's a good one. So the next part is, how do I implement words of affirmation in my parenting? And it's not really hard to answer that question. So the easiest way to implement words of affirmation in your parenting is to tell your kids how you feel about them. Us as parents, we love our kids more than life itself. There is nothing in this world that we would not give up for the sake of our babies. And we feel that way from the time that they're infants all the way up until adulthood. We love them more than anything. So the easiest way that would be to show them words of affirmation would be to tell them how you feel about them. So talk to them, compliment them when you like something about them. You shouldn't really have to think about it too hard. It shouldn't be something that you struggle or stress with. All you have to do is tell them the good things that you're already thinking about them. So an example would be if your son, let's say that he's 4, and he dresses himself and it looks really good on him, he picked an outfit that looked good, then you tell him he looks snazzy. I mean, you're already thinking about it. It doesn't hurt to tell him that you like the outfit that he picked, and he would appreciate it as well. Another example would be if your 2-year-old tries to help you to load the dishwasher, then you let them, and then you tell them all the things that they did right and how helpful they were and how much of a big kid that they were being in helping you with that. And I know this one can be a little bit difficult because Especially as a mom, you're trying to get the dishes done, you're trying to get them in the dishwasher so you can move on to the next thing that you need to do. And if you have a 2-year-old come around, then it might be difficult to actually get that chore done. But by allowing them to help in a way that it teaches them that that is something good to do. So, and by telling them afterwards how good they did, you're reinforcing that behavior anyways. So make sure to do that. And also make sure that you're being genuine in the compliments and the things that you're telling them, because they do know the difference. They aren't going to call you out on it, most likely, usually, but it doesn't have the same effect on them if you don't actually mean it. So to reiterate, words of affirmation is basically talking positively to your kids. There are many benefits, but some include the rising of their confidence levels, their brain power, and their happiness. And remember to be genuine, because they do know the difference. So that's about it. Hopefully you heard something in here that was worth hearing in all of that. And if you did, likes are muchly appreciated. And if you really liked it, then hit that subscribe button to ensure that you will be brought more. If you're interested in hearing more about me, then check out my other channel about how to be better at being human. It is JennSpeaks About Life. I'll link it below in the description. So until next time, remember, every moment we spend with our children today helps build the foundations of their tomorrow. So bye.